Hey everybody, it's your old buddy Frank with you again, and wow, what a beautiful sunny Sunday here. I thought I would take my show on the road, so to speak. On the road meaning outside on my deck, so didn't stray too far from the norm. But the latest here in my series of self-help videos, goal of which is always to help you all from not making some of the same silly mistakes that I made throughout my life. And so today I'm going to kind of get open here and share with you probably what I found to be the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. And of course, we all make many, many errors as we navigate life, but this one is my biggest through the sheer fact of the volume of the times I made it. And what I mean by that is I've made larger mistakes in life with worse consequences on a singular basis or maybe over the short term. But this is a mistake that I've made over and over and over again throughout life. And I just want to share it with you as maybe a preventative measure from helping y'all to not make that same mistake too. So without further ado, here it is. The single largest mistake I ever made in my life was believing that things would last forever. And what I mean by that is not overtly saying, oh, I think this is going to last forever, or I think that's going to last forever. I wasn't verbalizing anything. But just kind of having the assumption in my mind that something or someone's presence in my life was going to be permanent, or a period of time was going to be permanent, and then behaving accordingly. So let me give you some examples here. Thinking, for example, that my kids were going to be small forever. I mean, I didn't tell anybody, hey, I think my kids are going to be small forever. But it was kind of the assumption when my kids were young that, that there would always be time to play, and they would always want dad to take them to the park or spend time with me or something like that. Just not overtly thinking that they grow up and that time doesn't last forever, and therefore not really appreciating that time to the fullest. Because as those of you with children know, one day they could be asking you to push them on a swing, and through the passage of time, which goes very quickly with age, the next day, it seems like the next day, they're a blur out the door, hanging out with their friends or boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, and real real cats in the cradle type shit. You know what I mean? For those of you that remember that song. So that assumption that my kids were gonna be young forever and there'd always be time together. The assumption that I would be young forever. I don't think any of us like to think about getting old, no matter how old we are. And when you're in your 20s and 30s, you really don't really think about it. Most people don't. And you don't have that foresight to really appreciate every day, knowing that you only have a finite amount of time on this planet. When my best friend died of brain cancer a few years ago, that really drove that point home with me. I'm over 50 now, and I'm sure I have more years behind me than ahead of me. And when you reach that point, then you start thinking about, I'm not going to be here forever. But I truly believe, had I been cognizant of that fact in my teens, my 20s, my 30s, that I would have approached life a lot differently with regard to my priorities, with regard to my level of appreciation, and so on and so forth. Here's another one. Just kind of assuming that my friends would be around forever. I had a very large group of friends, in my teens and early 20s, and a lot of them moved away. As I said, my best friend is deceased. Some have moved away, we've just lost touch. They're here in York, we don't spend any time together. But just kind of assuming that I'd always have a group of people to hang out with. And I found that that's not exactly true. I think I would have appreciated my friendships more. I would have valued the people and the time more than some other things I was valuing at the time, like material things and making money and things like that. And these are just a few examples of things that we just kind of assume in our mind. This is just the way it is, and this is going to remain static forever. And truthfully, it doesn't happen. Nothing in this life is permanent. And I know that's kind of a downer way to think, but let's be real. Okay, so what we could do with that is it could help us develop a new appreciation for the here and now. This I don't know that this is most of my videos are mainly directed at people my age, okay, but I think this is more of a cautionary tale for some younger folks, because remember that as you age, the here and now very quickly becomes the then and gone, and I'm here to tell you that it happens quickly. And again, one of the permeating themes throughout these videos is trying to avoid regret later on. I've talked about it for several years in these videos. That theme has come back over and over again. And this is yet another one of those instances where, if you don't appreciate these things now and all of a sudden they're gone, you're going to have a lot of regret. And regret is a terrible thing to live with. It's one of my main struggles at my age. As I made a ton of mistakes and prioritized life all wrong for a lot of years, one of the best things I could do, I thought, was help other people from making the same mistake. So remember, key to this video is real easy. Remember that nothing lasts forever, so appreciate the things now, and make sure you prioritize accordingly. That's all I have for you today. I hope you're enjoying the beautiful, beautiful day we have, and I'll be back with you soon, okay? Take care all. Peace.